All right. Let's try this again. Take 2. No, that's timeout. Take 2. All right, let's do this. Alrighty then. I'm just gonna patiently wait here until everybody joins. How is the connection now? Good, bad, so-so, eh? Let me know in the comments. It's working, okay. I think it was just my connection. I always feel like I'm off center. Good at the moment. Oh, okay, I see. I don't really do that. I'm not an astrologist. I do know astrology a bit, Top Ramen, but I don't really go into that energy. Sometimes that energy like will come in kind of naturally in a reading, but I don't like, it's not kind of how I read the energies. Does that make sense? I like Scorpios. I'm a Scorpio, I'm a Scorpio rising. Scorp. And then I'm a Cancer moon as well. Good at the yeah, that autocorrect, man. I'm telling you. All right, so let's get back into what are the readings. Yes, Jade, keep us on fucking track. All right, so here's how things work. All right, so free readings. So if you'd like a free reading, just comment with your name and a question. It can be yes or no, general, love, health, career. And the way these work are, I just kind of go where I'm intuitively guided, okay? The only thing I don't do is pregnancy or fertility because it's just not my bag, baby. It's just not my bag, all right? Paid services. So our free readings are going to be a lot shorter, not as in depth. Yeah, not as in depth. So my paid services or my paid offerings, see, I put it on the bottom because I forgot to put it on the top. So I do in-depth readings, right? Chakra clearing, cord removal, quantum healing, mediumship, and multidimensional mediumship. Okay, those are paid services only. If you would like to pay for a service or donate for a service, all the links to donate are in my profile. Venmo, Cash App, PayPal. PayPal is the little icon all the way at the bottom if you prefer PayPal. And if you do donate, let me know in the comments you donated, because you do go first. You get put on a list, and all of my peeps that pay and donate go first. Okay? So otherwise, just let me know. We're going to have some fun with free readings until I get paid readings. If we don't get paid readings, it's all fun gravy. Oh, that's beautiful, Jade. I would be happy. I would love to connect. Always divine timing, right? I love it, Mindy. I love all of I have to go back and I keep forgetting. I don't think I could do it on this live, but I need to go back and unfilter some of the things because I didn't know what I was doing. And so some people's comments might get filtered just unnecessarily because it was my bad and I didn't realize that I was also filtering certain words, which weird. Okay, so let's get into it. I'm just going to connect to y'all. Thank y'all for joining me. I don't know why I'm getting a little like Southern. Thank you guys for joining me. I really appreciate y'all. Before I begin, I like to just tune into the group energy and just know that everything is always for the highest and best good of you individually, all of us together individually, as well as a collective, right? So all of the readings that come through, if it resonates, take it. How does it apply to your life? If it doesn't resonate, then it's not for you. Even if I'm not reading for you, or if I am reading for you, you know what I mean? You are the power and the agency, the authority over your own life. I'm just here as a conduit to confirm to you what you already know. Just know that we always work within the highest integrity, honoring and respect to your divine will and your free will. No harm is done ever. No energy is taken that is not freely given. Nothing can be released without without you being ready to release it. And we always work within the highest alignment and resonance to universal law. Hello and welcome. Alrighty then. So let's just scroll through to some of these comments. I'm glad you appreciate it. Are you asking, Trey Blanc, are you asking like if you should get a divorce? Is that what that is? Can you, sometimes I just need to clarify for me because, yes. Well, that's always, so I'm not here to tell anybody what to do, ever, 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 ever. I don't want your power. That's up for you to decide for what to do with your life, right? However, I can tell you what I feel inside of the connection and bring through the information that is there so that you can then take that information and apply it to your life however you see fit, okay? I always like to make that perfectly clear because sometimes it can be taken out of context, and I'm here to empower you to empower yourself. I'm here just as a reminder, okay? So Trey Blanc, and also when you're asking for like a reading, just feel free, just remember to comment with your name, okay? So like I can actually address you personally, unless you don't want to, then that's fine too. Okay, so I'm just gonna connect your energy right quick. And then I'm just gonna, from there, I'm gonna fill into the connection. So when I tune into this, my dear, it does feel pretty heavy. Lots of heavy hearts. I feel what I hear is a lot of resentment. And that feels there's some patterning that's going on that is making it very difficult to let resentment go. So I don't know if there was infidelity or whatever the case was, where there's like resentment or whatever it is, there's like some patterning. It's almost like between the two of you, like, one of you might want to let it go, but like because of the patterns the other one of you is holding, then it kind of, it's like there's a transference is what I'm hearing, transference. And so like the resentment is kind of goes in cycles, and it's like creates downward spirals and a lot of unnecessary arguments. So I see that this is there's a lot of heaviness here. Or at least how I'm hearing it and sensing it and interpreting the energetics. And unless both of you are really truly willing to work through your shit individually and together as a couple, there I feel and see and hear a lot of that resentment and all of those patterns continuing. So I'm even hearing maybe, I don't know if you've already tried a trial separation, or if that's what do they call an option? If that's an option in your mind, so that you can work on you and he can work, or I don't want to assume they can work on themselves. But like, you both have to be willing to work on your shit and get past your shit. Otherwise, it's just going to continue to be like the same old, same old, same old, same old, same old, same old, same old. Okay. And I'm going to, there's like a lot of heaviness and a lot of resentment, and they're having me emphasize that, because that's just going to fester and fester and fester and create more drama, more unnecessary arguments, more resentment, and that can lead to more, chaos within the relationship that's unnecessary. So with that all being said, it gets to be up to you whether yes or no, but like, you have to be willing to work on your stuff, your shit, your inner work, face your shit. They have to be willing to do it, and it's like an individual thing and a together thing. And being able to like be honest, be real, be, vulnerable, I keep hearing honest. You need to be honest about like, and take responsibility about, your shit. They have to be willing to do the same. It's got to get stripped down to like, no more. It's got to get stripped down to really being able to see the core problems here. And if either one of you are not like on board, it's going to continue to be the same. Okay. So I'm going to leave it there. All right. I hope that makes sense. You're welcome. You're welcome. But yeah, that's what I feel. And yeah, I'm going to leave it there, and sending you so much love and hugs and all of the highest blessings. You're welcome. That was for Trey, but hey, AMMM, if you resonate with it, that's good for you too. I mean, take it if it resonates. Oh, this is a really good one. Of course they do, Rachel Eden. They can't not. You're doubt. There's doubts in your mind that they're not receiving them because they're not physical, but they do. Is it Wei? WAI? Is it Wei? Am I pronouncing that correctly? Please feel free to correct me if I'm mispronouncing it. I think it's Wei. I'm not sure it's Y. Could be Y, but I think it's Wei. You're saying I cheated on boyfriend because he did it to me. Are we going to be over? Y. Oh, it is Y. Okay. I'm wrong. One second. I just want to see something. 1 second. Okay. I just wanted to make sure of something. So, no, it's not $10. So in-depth readings, this is my price list for paid services, right? But I also do offer free readings. All right. All right. So these are my paid services. They're for you, Ashley. And there's all the things. Okay. Otherwise, if you would like a free reading, then just comment with your name and a question. It could be yes, no, love, health, career, etc. And we're just going to do the dang thing. Okay. All of the links to donate are in my profile, just in case you don't know. All right. And the link, you just gotta let me know in the comments that you do donate. Was it Dion? Who just paid? Yeah, Dion. Do you have a specific question or subject that you would like to speak about? Let me know. Or you can just be open. Why? Are you still here? I wanted to get to Y's question. Okay. Just so you know, I'm not really super appreciative of when people come on and they're like, inbox me. No, not in my life. This is my life. Okay, so why? I wanted to kind of get into that a little bit, all right, because that's what I was kind of while I'm waiting for Dion. Okay, Dion. Okay, I see you. I see your question. I want to get into Y's question. One second, okay? So why this is for you? Because you're asking, are we gonna be over? So there is trying to figure out the word. A need to get revenge and vengeance. Whether this is an unconscious thing or a conscious thing, it's coming from your unconscious, because you get hurt and then you don't know how to process properly the emotion or the event. There's also some worthiness stuff there of not quite feeling sure and not sure that you're gonna you feel worthy enough to get to it's like a standard thing, being very, very connected to your values, and you're not sure that deep down you deserve better. So there's a couple of different really deep core issues, right? There's this need to get vengeance and revenge, or seek vengeance and get revenge because you're saying boyfriend cheated, then you cheated because he did it. That does not a healthy situation or relationship make. If you cannot trust each other, where does that trust go? Okay? Are you going to actually be able to trust him? Are you willing to do the work? Because that's going to take fucking work. Let me tell you. Once that trust is broken, it takes a while to get that trust back on both sides. And there's also a jealousy thing that's going to start being triggered because you've kind of caused each other that relationship trauma, which you're actually perpetuating from your own original imprints in this life of relationships. And they're not very, we all have unhealthy relationship dynamics at some point. It's just, are you willing to do the work? Are you willing to admit that you were wrong? Do the work that it takes to build that trust back up together. It has to be both of you working, not just one of you, not just the other one, both together. Okay? That's what determines if you're going to be over. If you're going to continue to seek vengeance, if you're not going to work on the trust, or if you feel like the trust is broken, I wouldn't continue to pursue this relationship, hun, at all. I know that's not something, that you might want to hear, but, sometimes medicine doesn't always taste good. Okay? I say this with the utmost love, but, it's just fact. I've been there, and I'm sure, who can relate here? When they've been in those unhealthy relationship dynamics, I've been there time and time and time again. And guess what? I'm in none of those relationships because, if the trust is broken, there is no foundation. You need a foundation. Okay? And this is about deeper than, oh, is it over? Right? Okay? Do you catch my drift? So I'm going to leave it there, but that's just something for you to really contemplate. What are your values? What do you value? Do you value trust? Do you value honesty? What do you value in your relationship? And I want you to get really honest with yourself about why do you want this relationship? Okay? If you don't trust him, then, or trust them, I don't want to assume that anybody's like, this is a man-woman relationship. But if you don't trust them and they don't trust you, you have no foundation to work off of. Okay? So I feel like you already know the answer, my dear. You just want confirmation. And sometimes, we just need that reflection and that validation. Okay? But we sending you all the loves. Who hasn't been there? I can definitely relate. We're all sending you the loves. And Dion, since Dion paid for a reading, thank you, Dion. We're going to do Dion's reading now. And for everyone that's wanting a free reading after that, please stick around because there's some really good questions here in the comments. Okay? See, look, superstars there now. Like I've definitely been there, and what had to happen for me was I had to get really fucking honest. I had to get really honest with myself. I had a spiritual awakening. My relationship at the time, it dissolved. We're still really great friends. But I realized I had to really work on me. And then people would come in and it's just like things would keep on happening, the same type of dynamics. And I had to really stop and realize what was going on there. And I had to get really honest with what I truly valued and stand up for myself and my own standards and be okay being alone or being single or however you want to say it. Because sometimes that's what we need. Sometimes that's the medicine we need. All right, Dion. Okay. Oh, so you modified your sentence? Okay. So the prosecutor issued a warrant. It hasn't been granted yet, but I have a court Monday to have. Let's see. Let me scroll back to see if. Okay, I don't see anything else. All right, so I'm just waiting for the rest of your sentence, I guess. Oh, okay, for the rest of your sentence modified. Okay, I get it. I get it now. I got you. Okay, so what are you wanting to know, my dear? How is it going to work out? Etc., etc., etc. What are you wanting to know specifically? Just so that I know what information to kind of focus on and where to kind of go from there. Let me. All right, cool. Yes, so just kind of like. All right. So let me fill in, and if I have any additional questions, I'm going to ask you. So be ready, okay? I'm just like fill into you, connect to your energy first, and how it's going to work out, and will the warrant be granted? Okay, will the judge modify your sentence? Okay, I see what you're saying here. So let me just listen in for, I like to listen in for a couple of moments because sometimes it takes me a minute to connect. It's really interesting because what I see is your guardian angels working on the other side to help get this modified for you. Because you're what I feel from this is that this was kind of like a wake-up call that you needed. Does that make sense? Because I can feel and I see your there's like two guardian angels that you have working like with the judge and the people, and like their higher selves, their consciousnesses, to help reduce the sentence. It does, because it feels like this was a wake-up call for you to, like, you need to, I'm going to say this with all of the love in my heart, you need to get your shit together. You need to get your act together. This was a wake-up call. It's like one of those things like, fuck, that was a close call. Okay. let's go. Are you currently having a spiritual awakening, my dear? Because if you haven't, it's coming up real soon. Yes, you are. Okay. So your angels are definitely advocating for you. I like the word that they're using. They're using advocating. They're advocating for you. Because this was meant to wake you the fuck up so that you can kind of, you know, really take a good, honest look at where you're heading and really make a you know, different decisions from here on out, you know, because it's not just one decision, right? It's all of the decisions that we make collectively together each day, each moment, that lead us to where we want to go or where we don't want to go. But I'm just going to get into your question. So I wanted to bring all of that in first because that was what I was tuning into just initially. They're advocating hard for you. I do see a very, very high probability of this working out in like a reduced or modified sentence. In the meantime, know that it's all going to work out. I want you to get into like trust. No matter what happens, it's going to work out, and it's going to work out for the best. Okay. I want you to keep your like your vibes high, your like just kind of positive energy, and more than just kind of vaguely positive. Trust that your guides, your angels got your back. Trust that they're going to take you down the exact road that you need, because it's going to contain the medicine that you need. But they are showing me like a high probability, like a 85% of you actually manifesting and moving on the timeline where you receive that modified sentence. Okay. And because everything shifts, there is no like, you know, that's kind of how I'm feeling it now. There's like no predicting the future. It's always, I just want to make that very clear, because sometimes people have misconceptions about reading energy. There's a lot of different variables that can come in and change things last minute. Know that we are in the age of Aquarius. It's very erratic, very abrupt, like crazy change, but this could be actually in your favor. Like that crazy abrupt change could be like, and if you do get that reduced sentence, I mean, even if you don't, I would, this is your chance to really take a second glance, take a second look, and really, what's the word? Recapitulate your life. Really go over your decisions, where you actually want to go. Okay. But I do see a really high probability of this. Okay. Is there any, is there any like extra question? Is it Camilla? That's a really cool spelling of your name. I don't know if it's Camilla or I don't want to, yeah. I don't do pregnancy readings or fertility readings. Oh, will the warrant be issued? Is it, what are you saying? Okay, so I need a little bit of not confirmation. I need a little bit more information from you, Dion. So is it like a warrant issued? Like, is it for your arrest? Is it for someone else's arrest? Because I need to understand it like logically for me so that I can feel into the thing. Your arrest. Okay. Thank you for that clarification. One moment. It feels like it's leaning towards yes. It does feel like it's leaning towards yes, but it does feel like with that, you can also, there's like a really high probability of you receiving a reduced or modified sentence, just based on maybe the judge having a really good day. Does that make sense? Yes. It does. Yeah. Okay. I think that's why you're like, I feel like that's why your people are saying, just trust no matter what the situation looks like. Keep trusting that your guides, your team are taking you down the path that you need to go because the medicine that you need is there. Does that make sense? Sometimes we just because of how things look or how a situation looks, a lot of us tend to go into fear or overreaction. They're saying it's very important that you stay in trust and say, nope, no matter what is, I'm going to trust and I'm going to be on the lookout for the medicine that I need and that I require for my own alignment, empowerment, like for your own reconciliation and reckoning. It feels like what you're going through is a reckoning, okay? And that can be really jarring and scary, and like that's where we kind of face judgment. Not in like a biblical way, not in that kind of way, but just like that's where we kind of face the judgment. It's like Judgment Day, kind of, but we're reckoning with all of our past decisions and choices so that we can correct. We have the opportunity to correct and be proactive. Does that make sense? Oh, hi Maya. I don't do pregnancy or fertility readings, my dear. But it does feel like I hear like a yes, they're going to issue the warrant, but like it feels like a really high probability of reduced or modified sentence. I would take it. Because it's going to teach you some things. You know, I've been there, not in like where someone was issuing a warrant for my arrest, but I did go to jail for domestic violence, and I had to go to DV classes and the whole thing. So I get how that can be scary, but like I needed that medicine because the person that I was with, that person, okay, that relationship was so unhealthy. So, and I just say that because, you know, I can relate. I might not know the specifics or how you feel, but I feel like I can relate to just the situation type of it. You know what I mean? So we send in love, 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 love to you. Let's all send some love to Dion and give her some super amazing blessings for her to get a reduced sentence, and just whatever, just trust. Just trust. Because it's you create the reality. So remember that you get to choose how you respond to everything that happens. One second. One second. All right. Neil, yes. For an in-depth reading, it is 33, my dear. Let me scroll back down. There's some really good questions here. You're so welcome, Dion. Yes, yes. Thank you guys for sending her love. Yes, yes, yes. We're here to support each other. And yeah, in our times of need. There was one. Thank you for being here, Dion. I really I always get caught up in my head, and so I forget and I get caught up with the comments, but I do appreciate, it's always an honor to facilitate, personally, one-on-one. So yeah, we love you, and we all sending you love. See, look at all the love in the comments. I love it. There was, who was talking about a victim of black magic? Is that person still here? Is it Sujita? Sujita? Are you still here, my dear? They were asking if they were a victim of black magic. Okay, so one second. Let me. All right, let me make sure that, okay. Just swiping the things. Yeah, I don't think they're here anymore. That is okay. So let's get back into the free readings. I'm offering both free and paid. So if you would like a free reading, okay, just comment with your name and a question. It could be yes or no. It could be general, love, health, career, etc. I just don't do pregnancy or fertility. It's not my bag. Oh, Sujita, you are here. No, oh, no, never mind. Oh, that's Superstar. Never mind. I thought I seen the name, but it was not. Wow, they really out and about tonight. I must be on fire. Disregard the bots that come in and say inbox me. It's a scam. Also, please know that I won't personally inbox you for any kind of readings. There are scam accounts with my name, my face, my videos. So just know that I won't do that. Yeah, I blocked them. I blocked them, Superstar. It's all good. So I'm just, hello, Canadian vibes. I like it. Thank you, Angie. There's a lot of good questions. Okay. Okay, Neil, I see you. One second. Okay, I just wanted to see. All right, Neil. So, yes, I do see it. Um, all right, Neil, I got your donation. Thank you so much. I'm looking at your question now. Okay, all right. You got some good questions here. All right, all right. You see this, you and this person becoming a couple. All right. Any blockages or issues or potential? Okay. All right. And kind of what do they feel about you, think about you? Okay. All right. Sounds good. Let's do it. All right. So I'm going to do a paid reading, but for y'all that are wanting a free reading, stick around. You might hear something that resonates with you. Yeah, you might hear something that resonates with you. I was going to say something else, but I don't know what it was. So let me connect to your energy, Neil. Thank you again for the donation, dear. It's always a pleasure to facilitate. It's an honor it's an honor, really. Let me just connect. And then through you, I'm going to connect to the different things and your questions. But let me first, what I like to do is just listen for a moment or two and see what comes up. It's really interesting. Is this, I know this is you, but like, is this your, there's a soul connection here. Because I see you, but it's also like your soul going like, it's like, wowie, like wowie zowie, like, and really excited and playful. And it's like what I'm feeling is there's a soul recognition there. So you and this person do go, what I'm hearing is way back, not just this life. And you're here to help each other in this life again. Let's see. So let me feel into this person. Yeah, you're definitely here to help each other out. Because I feel like there's some like relationship issues. Because it feels like this person has some reservations. Like you trigger this person's like reservations, and they might not necessarily consciously know why. Like it's what you guys are triggering for each other are like just old wounds that need to be healed. And it, as it pertains to relationships specifically, like romantic relationships. So what I'm hearing is like what I hear is broken love. So kind of how I would interpret it is that it feels like you guys were kind of ripped away from each other in another life. You both carry that same trauma into this life. It reflects, you know, past trauma or childhood trauma in this life as well, but you're carrying it from another life and you're here to resolve it and help each other resolve it. So there's also some karmic ties here, okay? There's also some karmic kind of wounds and clearing that needs to happen. Or some natural triggering that's going to happen due to these karmic ties or the karmic wounds that are there. So regardless, what I'm hearing is regardless whether you do, we're going to get into your questions. But first, guides like to say, you know, the things first. Regardless of if you do become a couple or not, this is always, it's always going to come back to you and your like your inner work, your own, like, know thyself, that phrase, knowing who you are, what you are, releasing old identities. And our you know, our identity is connected into our beliefs, you know, limitations, positive, negative, neutral, etc. You know, also wounds, traumas, etc. So like the identities that say, "Ooh, I'm unworthy. Ooh, I don't belong. Ooh, I'm invisible." Those types of things, those old identities need to be released. I keep hearing broken love with this. And with this, it feels like you came into this life to actually help each other heal those wounds. And heal the wounds. Heal the wounds. Regardless of whether you end up together or not. Okay, so this is also kind of karmic. Karmics don't always end up together, but they can. It's almost like a karmic soulmate is kind of how I would put it. And I don't mean it in, you know, any maybe like preconceived context that you might have around like karmic soulmate. I don't know. It's just a phrase it's coming up. You have a lot of things to resolve, and he's bringing it in. You guys are triggering and activating that for each other so you can heal. So what a beautiful gift. All right. So next they're going to take me into, I'm just going to fill in to see like probable realities and timelines of you guys being together. There's actually quite a few of them. And the ones that I feel the probabilities are quite high. I would say 70% and above. There's like a 70%. Another one is like a 90%. And another one is like a 75 to 80%. So there's like some high percentages in these timelines that they're showing me right now. So it does feel like a very high possibility and probability. You just always have to remember it's up to both of you to make the choice, not just you, or you know what I mean? Like, you guys have to actually both choose it. And then like, how does he feel about you? I'm just going to bring in whatever comes in around this. It doesn't always come in, but I'll bring in, I'll just let you know whatever I feel around this. Oh, okay. So they bring me back to the reservations. Like, it's almost like, because of the past wounds and the karma that's there, it's triggering like a reservation. Like there's an attraction, but like I said, I don't know if it feels pretty unconscious, like unconscious reservation, because like there's that broken love, like a fear of this person's gonna be ripped apart, you know. And I would even venture to say that this issue, this unconscious identity, this unconscious wound, shows up a lot in his relationships. A lot of his past relationships, if he's even had romantic relationships in this life. That's what it. So, yes, there's an attraction. You also bring up, highly activate that wound that is there. And that's a fear of losing out, or losing something. It's a fear of losing your person, fear of losing, that which you love, that which you care about. And so that causes some reservations on his end. So how they're kind of presenting it to me now is this might take a minute, and I would, if you're open to it, I would go at his pace, however comfortable or not comfortable, and understand like he's going to have some reservations, and it's also going to be, very activating for you, because there is that wound, that karmic wound. So it's going to bring up a lot for both of you in terms of relationships and broken love. I'm not sure if it's unrequited love, because I'm kind of hearing that too. But there's this like broken love. I keep hearing broken love and unrequited love, so I'm not quite sure how that fits. Okay. But it does feel like there's an attraction, and no rushing. I mean, that gets to be ultimately that gets to be your decision, right? But I hear like, don't pressure, no pressuring him, because it feels like it would like maybe scare him off completely. It doesn't mean like play it quote unquote play it cool or anything like that. It's just more like natural, let things naturally progress, feel into it, because this is going to bring up a lot, regardless of whether you end up together. It's going to bring up a lot of old wounds for both of you. Okay, so then you were asking any like potentials or issues or anything like that. They're moving right along through your questions. Yes, and that's the karmic stuff around relationships. Let me just see if I can tune in a little bit deeper. What I feel underneath it all is like unworthiness. Like, so how it's being shown to me is, say you have an experience in this other life that, you guys were broken up or broken apart, whether they died or whatever happened, the love broke up. And then your unconscious made it mean that you don't deserve happiness. You're unworthy of happiness. So deep down, it feels like an unworthiness wound. So I feel like that's at least one of the core themes here. I would ask myself, if I were you, where do I feel unworthy? Where are the places within myself that I feel unworthy? And usually that's going to lead you to the inner child. like, yeah, we're talking about past life, but like, how does it relate and how is it relevant to your life here and now? Okay. Where are those wounds? How does it, what relationships was that? Mom, dad, whatever guy, other guardians or siblings or family members. What did you make that mean? Love and relationships and feeling worthy, like feeling truly worthy and deserving, like, yeah, I deserve it because I'm here, I'm alive. And nothing more than I want to experience that. That's why I'm worthy. You exist. That makes you worthy. That's one of the things, I would say, one of the main things that, at least for you, for him, it feels typically, if we're attracted to someone, it's because our wounds are our puzzle pieces match, and that means our wounds match too. Does that make sense? So you're on, that's why opposites attract, because you're usually on one side of the spectrum and they're like on another side of the spectrum. And just as an example, this is why empaths you can be attracted or attract relationships with narcissists, because they're the same, they're different sides of the same coin. All right. So they're not quite showing me why. I almost feel like there was broken love and I keep hearing unrequited love here. So it feels like in the past life, there was like an unrequited love, and it's kind of what broke it up. But there was like a little like fling. And so you guys are helping each other learn about love and relationships and the values, like why you actually want a relationship and the values that you actually, what are your true values, like true values at the very, very heart, the core of it all. And usually to get to that core, we have to go through all the layers to get to that core of like, this is my core. I value this, I value that. So it's like love, values around relationships. I would say big lessons. So I would definitely be open to learning all the lessons. I'm just filling in to see if there's anything else. Yeah, I keep hearing karmic. There's some karmic stuff here to be worked out, to be resolved. That's part of the attraction. So with that, with the karmic stuff, I feel like you're meant to work out the karmic stuff. And then from there, once the karmic stuff is worked out, you'll know whether or not you're meant to be together, or that you will end up together or not. Okay, that's kind of how I'm reading it. But there is massive potential for, I would say, potential for massive growth here on both ends. That's why I feel like your guides are like, pay attention. Pay attention. What is the lesson? Be receptive, be open, stay amused, stay curious. Um, also stay connected to you yourself. Don't lose yourself. Um, and I feel like okay, all right. Yeah, your guides are just kind of stepping away. I'm like, I feel like the energy is yeah, that your guides are stepping away, my dear. Does this all make sense? Yeah. Are you? So let me. So you're clairsentient, yeah. You feel unworthy. Jesus is my homeboy. What you talking about? Jesus loves me. I fucking know. Um, I'm just scrolling through your comments. It's like I like it. Um, Unfortunately, yes. Yeah, there's a lot of karmic energy here, my dear. So I don't know if this is necessarily meant to be end up together. A lot of times when we feel like when there's a karmic connection, there's cords and contracts and all kinds of other stuff that needs to be cleared. That's why we feel the connection, and that's why we feel the pull to them. And it's not meant to um what's the word? Like make you feel like, like I'm already going to give up on this. I can't think of the word, but it's not. I don't mean to evoke that type of feeling, but I have to say what I feel. Um, but a lot of times that's kind of why we feel that pull is because there's shit that needs to be worked out, and it's for your growth and your highest good. But it doesn't always feel that way, and we got to feel the things, and your experiences are valid, so it's not like um I saying the keywords. You get it, you get it. Scary and fascinating at the same time. You sent for a reading, Nikki? Okay, all right. I see you, Nikki. I'm gonna check now. Once I you feel unworthy. So basically this is gonna trigger like deep unworthiness for you. And because you feel unworthy, there's like uh, a repulsion happening. So I wonder if that is the unrequited love that I'm feeling, or it's almost like because you feel unworthy of it, your unconscious identity is already pushing it away. So you can consciously want love with anybody. It doesn't even have to be this person, but the unconscious identity is always going to be fighting. So we're always going to keep on continuing to like fight against ourselves until we release those unconscious identities. Does that make sense? Um, yeah, you're clairsentient. Yeah, empath. Okay, so you're in a bit of a fallout, hence the unbroken part. Oh, okay. I said that broken. Yeah. So it feels broken. It feels, but like you've already done this in another life. They're showing me that very clearly. So you're basically um, repeating the pattern so you can remember and you can actually heal it in this life. So you're being given, both of you, the like huge, massive, very significant opportunity to heal this and release that, so that you can actually move towards feeling worthy of someone that, you know, you can trust, and there's not going to be this like whatever unhealthy relationship dynamic is that's coming through. Does that make sense? Yeah, it's about one of the lessons, my dear, is the unworthiness. I'm just scrolling through your your comments because I want to make sure that and then I see you, Nikki. Um, that's up to you. Like you're asking if I feel you should continue. I'm not here to I'm not here to tell anybody anything. I'm just here as like a conduit, an intermediary. Does that make sense? Um, sometimes I will say this, sometimes we need to learn the lesson, and sometimes it's a hard lesson to learn. I've been there. Because if you don't get the lesson, like if you don't actually like get the lesson and integrate it and implement it into your life, it's gonna keep coming. So whether you continue it or not, you want to make sure that you get the lesson. And until you get the lesson, these same patterns in relationships are going to keep happening. You're going to keep drawing love that is either unrequited or that you feel unworthy of. Okay. Yeah, because you feel so unworthy of it, like on a very deep level and disconnected. And it's like, yeah, you deny it. You deny that you're worthy of it. You deny that it's there. It's scary. It's literally a threat to your unconscious identity who feels unworthy of it. So it's literally a threat. So you deny it or you push it away in whatever way you can. Yes, Lori, I have been trying to get a hold of you, my dear. Are you still here, Lori? Absolutely. Okay, yes. I've been trying to get a hold of you for the longest time. So, yeah, we're sending you all the love, Neil. Just know that you are worthy. You are worthy. But until you really get in touch as to why you feel unworthy and letting go of that old identity that feels unworthy, because it's not you. It's not you. Until you let that go, you're going to keep bringing in the same type of people that are going to reflect and trigger the same wound. You're welcome. It's an honor, my dear. I do not. Okay, so Shalini, is it Shalini? I don't do pregnancy or fertility readings, my dear. Okay. I just don't do them. It's not a matter of please or anything. I literally don't do them. Okay. I can do them. I just don't. No problemo. So, sending you love, Neil. We love you. Sending you all the love. You're worthy of love, of the deepest, most passionate, most trustworthy, most amazing, magnificent, brilliant, yummy, delicious kind of love that is in your heart and your heart of heart and your deepest desires. You are worthy of that. Okay? It's just up to you to remember that. Wink, wink. Okay? All right. So, Nikki, I see you. So, Nikki, are you here? Lori, stay on the line. Nikki, I have Nikki, and then I will get to you, Lori. There are some timelines there, Neil, that I was tuning into. I would even encourage you. I post all of my TikTok lives on YouTube, so I would encourage you to watch the one back from today. I'll post it, in a couple of days. I would encourage you because I did get into that. Okay, because you're asking if you see us ever coming together. There was some timeline. There's some timelines that I was feeling, but I don't know that it's meant to last. It feels like a karmic thing that is meant to trigger almost like twin flames, but not quite twin flames. It's a soul, like it's a karmic soul thing, is what I keep hearing. Am I like, but so there are some timelines there that do have very high probabilities of you being together. But regardless, it's still going to activate a lot of issues. Very, very core, deep issues. Okay. Okay, stay on the line. Stay on the line, Lori. You're gonna be after Nikki. Oh, cool. You already recorded it, so that's good. Okay, you're welcome. You're welcome, Neil. We're sending you all the love. We all been there at one point. We all relate somehow, some way. I know I do. All right, so switching gears, my dears. All right, so Nikki, did you have a specific question, Nikki? Do you have a specific question that you'd like to go into, a specific subject, or just remain open for all of the messages? Let me know. And then Lori, I just want you to be thinking about, what you want to talk about, if you have a specific question, so that when I get to you, you just kind of have it already typed in or you already have it ready. Okay. Career focus and anything else. Okay. So anything specific around career. I mean, obviously career is the specificity, but like anything specific around career. Let me get some water. The job. What about it? What about the job? Is it aligned? Should you get a different one? Is it right for you? All right. 1 second. I just gotta wake my computer up. Okay. All right. So is it right for you? So I'm going to connect to your energy, Nikki, first. Before I begin, thank you for the donation. I do appreciate it. And it's always an honor to facilitate. To me, it's a very sacred thing. So I appreciate it. Truly. All right. So, okay, your career. You come across to me as like when I kind of tune into your energy, what I'm hearing is the money. And so I would ask you, is money the driving force in your career? It's not right or wrong. I'm just asking. I'm hearing to ask because it feels like, actually, I'll wait for you to answer. I like that your name is Karen. I feel like you're trying to start shit, but you're not. The money is good. It's just regular gold glitter. So, okay. So you say the money is good. So what I hear is like, that's a focus. And it's not good, bad. It just is. Here's the thing about what they're showing me is like a blind spot. Okay. Again, no judgment. It's not good or bad, but what they're showing me is a blind spot. So if you're focused on money and the money's good, you got your bills paid, it feels good, but like then there's something missing, and like maybe you can't quite put your finger on it, maybe you can at times, and it kind of, there's also like a sense of longing underneath. There's also a sense of like not fully feeling fulfilled. Like, yeah, I got the money. The money's good. I got my shit paid, like you're good there. You're good as far as security and safety, but like, where's the heart? And the heart wants to be more fulfilled. So your current career, although it's definitely is secure and it creates safety in the financial realm, the heart doesn't feel fully activated. It doesn't feel fully present. It's like the heart, it doesn't feel fully included because I'm tuning into your heart, my dear, and your heart, it doesn't feel super included in this decision to how you're making money. So the one thing I would say is let's see, what they're showing me in addition to this is, what are you doing for your heart? Especially if you want to keep the career the way it is and the money's good, and when I tune into your energy, here's why I say this, because when I tune into your energy, you feel a little, I would say a little stubborn, a little reluctant to walk away from the money. And that's fine. There's no judgments or anything. It's not good, not bad. It just is. It's your decision. But it's like, what are you doing for your heart? Because your heart feels unfulfilled. Does that make sense? So I feel like this is why you're asking about career, because there's like not feeling fully fulfilled, and you feel like, why isn't my career life making me feel more fulfilled? And like there's a meaningfulness that's missing. It's like a missing piece, and your career is not fully fulfilling that. And so it's almost like there's a missing thing. Is it right? That's why you're asking, is it right for me? Is this career right for me? Because your heart's not being included. The money's good, yeah, but your heart, is it really what your heart wants to do? No. Really just be honest with yourself, because I'm listening to your heart. Your heart's like, no, I don't want to do that. Your heart's like, nah. Your heart wants to do something purposeful, meaningful, fulfilling, in service. And here's the thing, when we follow our heart, it might take some time, but when we follow our heart and we take aligned action with the heart, that financial abundance eventually comes, and it's probably going to be way more abundance than you're actually currently receiving now. It tends to be even more so because you're actually in alignment with what I'm hearing is soul purpose, like a deeper purpose that you came here for. You didn't come here just to pay bills. You came here to have like experiences, and obviously paying bills is an experience. Paying bills is definitely an experience. Having a job is definitely an experience. But what we're saying here is like a meaningful, fulfilled, very just feeling purpose driven. That's what's missing, and that's why you're asking if it's right for you. So I would ask you, do you feel like it's right for you? Because I know what your heart says, and you know what your heart says. This is really just confirmation. But and then you ask, like, then I feel like you ask, well, then what do I do? What do you like to do? What did you typically, when it comes to these types of things, the answer lies in the inner child. What did you like to do as a kid? I like to pretend like that I was talking to a bunch of people and giving people advice and talking to them and guiding them. Among many other things. And those have been the things that have, brought me a lot of purpose in my life and felt like really good and aligned. So I would ask and just kind of do some self, what is it? Just some, I'm trying to think of the word, introspection. And ask, what did I like to do as a kid? What did I do as a kid? Yeah, I just did it for fun, but I really like to do it, and I did it a lot. Write down the whole list. Go down the whole list. Make a list and write down the things. Because your inner child will typically have the key. Okay? Does that make sense? Okay, so Nikki says, what makes me happy is making crafts, but that doesn't pay the bills. So make your crafts in your spare time. It doesn't necessarily have to pay the bills. It can. And I think a lot of times we feel like that it has to do the things, and then we're like limiting ourselves. And it feels pointless. If it's not making me money, then why do it? Because it's not paying my bills, right? But if you're not doing something that makes that kind of creates meaning in your life, your heart becomes sad and becomes disconnected. And then your mind, your logic, your brain is leading. And you actually want your heart to lead. I mean, it gets to be your choice. But ideally, you want your heart to lead. So, I mean, go ahead, keep at least, obviously, sometimes this is a process, right? Sometimes it's a process of bridging that manifestation of having your arts and crafts pay the bills. So meanwhile, while you have your job that pays the bills and does good and does the things that create security in your life, in your spare time or in your on your weekends or whenever you have spare time, that's when you get to dedicate um that time to fulfilling your heart, because your heart really wants to participate. Feels like your heart isn't it wants to be more included, it wants to feel more connected. And I would say included is the word that keeps coming up. Okay. But as far as your reading goes, there's some options there. Okay. Because I do feel a quite of a bit a stubbornness and an adamant attitude about, no, this pays the bills. And also, like, how would I pay the bills if I didn't have this job? So I would, in that case, I would keep the job for now and I would keep the job for now and do your crafts and the things that do make you happy, because that's going to tap you into the creative force. That also taps us into inspiration. We get those crazy ideas like, oh, I'm inspired to do this and do that. You know what I mean? So I would definitely keep the job for now. It's not super aligned, but it is aligned enough right now to where you can actually do both. Keep the job, it pays the bills, and also give yourself some time to work on your crafts or whatever makes you happy and feel meaningful and purposeful and fulfilled. And work towards that, because that's going to tap you into the creative force and inspiration, like I said, and that's going to open some doors and some windows and some perceptions that's going to help you start bridging over. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? I'm just kind of filling in. Make sense? I'm just kind of filling in here. It's worth it. So the only other thing that I feel coming through is there's like this feeling of like, is it even worth it? Yeah, because you came here to be a creator. I mean, you get to decide, but like, just personally speaking, I would say, yeah, it's worth it, to feel connected and to include your heart and to feel more fulfilled. And here's the thing, joy, creating joy for yourself, doing something just because of the fact you enjoy it. Because what I was feeling when I initially connected to you, Nikki, was this, when I was asking you about, is money guiding your decisions? When I was asking you about that, I lost the thought. I'm like, where is the thought? But the reason why I was asking about that, and if money was the source of your decisions, because your heart feels disconnected and not included or disincluded, whatever word, and it's worth it to feel more joy just for yourself, just because. And that's also the reason why you did anything as a kid, because it felt good. You didn't have any agendas. You didn't have any unconscious agendas as a kid. You did things because you did them, because you enjoyed them. So this is helping to get you back into the frequency of doing something just to do it because it brings you joy, and you don't need to be reliant on this needs to make me money. How about doing something just because it feels good, and then money can come in from that? So what's happening here is you're limiting, on an unconscious level, you're limiting how what can bring you money, what can pay the bills, and more than pay the bills, have more than enough left over, can pay the bills, and more than pay the bills, have conscious parts of you, really deep parts of you that are limiting the way that they can make money. and are very adamant and have learned. And when I say stubborn, it's, not good or bad. It's not a judgment. It's more like there's a wound there. There's a meaning there that you've made. Like, you can't make money doing things that you love and enjoy. And anything that says that I can, that's a threat. That's a threat to my security. It's a threat to my being able to survive and stay alive. So, like I said, I would keep the job for now and do the thing that you like to do in your spare time, just because you want to do it, just because it brings you joy. Okay? But I feel like I'm going to leave it there, because anything else is just kind of repeating the same information. Does that make sense? Let's see, it makes sense. Doing more things for myself and focusing more on myself. Yeah, just doing things because you enjoy it. Not because it's going to make you money, or that you need it to make you money, or that whatever. It's just to do it because it feels good, because that's going to get you in the right frequency in order to start receiving like intuition and guidance and more inspiration. I would just focus on, I want to do it because it's fun. I want to do it because I enjoy it. I want to do it because, just because. Okay? That is, yeah. I'll leave it there. But this is this journey that you're on. It's here to challenge you to open up to the different possibilities and the different ways that you can bring in money eventually and create a financial abundance by doing what you love. It's here to break down all of those old identities, as well as all those limiting beliefs. So if you're open to it, that's what's there. As far as I'm hearing it and seeing it and sensing it. But yeah, but it's a process. It's a process. You're welcome. You're welcome, Nikki. Thank you. And it's always a pleasure. It's always an honor. It's an honor. So, Lori, are you still here, my dear? We're going to switch gears again. And anybody's here that is still wants a free reading, stick around. Lori paid for a reading last night and she fell asleep. There you are. So, Lori, my dear, so good to finally connect. Do you have a certain question, a subject, or are you open, etc., etc., etc.? Let me know, and then we'll start from there. We go from there. Yeah, feel free to stick around if you'd like a free reading. Lori paid last night and she fell asleep, so we're gonna do her reading that she paid for last night, and then I'll do a last call for free readings after we get into Lori's reading. Okay, so Lori says she's open, but would love to hear about changing jobs and moving. Okay, so all right, so let's focus on, I'm actually feeling go again more career stuff. Is Mike someone who's passed on, my dear? Is this a passed on relative? Because this feels like a passed on relative. Yeah, okay. That's more of mediumship. we'll see what comes through. Okay, we'll see what comes through because you've actually paid twice. I do pay attention. I do pay attention, and I am keeping track. So we'll see what comes through. All right, we'll see what comes through. But your guides are telling me to go career job stuff first. All right. Changing jobs, moving. Okay, so we're talking about moving physical, geographical locations, correct? While you answer, I'm just going to tune into your energy and kind of just listen for a moment or two. There you are. Okay. Interesting. You said yes. Okay. So, to moving locations, where are you now? Because I do see, I guess we're gonna talk about moving first. I do feel like moving locations. Is that something, okay, is this something you're thinking about? Or is something that is already decided? Because it feels pretty, I guess, absolute, or it feels like it's decided already. South Carolina. Oh wow. I feel more an offer is on the table from okay, I was gonna say it feels pretty like I don't even know the word. It feels pretty like absolute or definitive. It feels like um is this more to where are you taking me? I feel myself moving west. Obviously, you're on the eastern coast. So the only thing you could do is like either go west or, I guess north or even more south. But um I feel more west to like the middle of the country. um I feel more west. Would this job be placing you in like the western, like middle of the US, middle-ish? So like maybe I keep going into like Southwest territories, like Colorado. Obviously, not Colorado is not like Southwest, but like Arizona, New Mexico. Like I keep being pulled west. Middle of the US. Is that where this job is taking you? Or is this job taking you somewhere else? I was asking about Utah. Interesting. My current headquarters is in Kansas City, but the offer is to move to Atlanta. That's interesting because I keep feeling west. Let me feel into what you're talking about. That's why I'm asking because I want to feel into where this is going, and so I can figure out why I'm headed west. Thank you for that. So let me feel into like you're talking about Atlanta. Okay, so I mean South Carolina. Where is Atlanta? It's like that. That's more southwest, right? It's southwest. I was hearing southwest. It's kind of southwest from South Carolina, isn't it? I don't know. I'm not really great. I'm not like an expert at geographies. But that feels southwest to me. Atlanta. Um, west of, yeah, so west. Yeah, I feel you being pulled west. It's just really interesting that I'm feeling pulled to the, um I'll fill into that if that's relevant. But let me fill into the Atlanta thing first. It feels like it's a good solid offer. Check. Let me check a couple of. It feels like it could bring this offer could bring, like you're moving or in the moving with this job offer. There is feels like quite a few opportunities just for creating a new identity, a new personality, and like a new fresh start. And then I hear, I hear she needs a new fresh start. I think it feels like what's holding you back is like the fear of like the unknown. You don't know what's out there. You don't know what's out in Atlanta. You're not sure if you're going to fit in. You're not sure if there's like, places to go. But I've never been to Atlanta personally, but I know that it does offer some very beautiful outdoorsy spots, nature spots. And it feels like even there's a community out there for you. It feels it feels good. It feels like obviously it's going to be a new start, and there would be a lot of like whenever we move locations, if there's like you got to get your footing and your grounding, feel kind of stable, but eh, that unpredictability of not feeling quite stable, that feels like it helps to dislodge some old personality stuff, or not necessarily like old identities that feel that might feel that keep you small, keep you stuck, keep you safe, that stuff. And yeah, maybe it's keeping you safe, but um also maybe stagnant. So it feels like it would bring in obviously a lot of new, fresh energy for you. I do feel a new community out there for you. I do feel a lot of like connecting with nature and feeling more connected. It feels like a very good, solid offer. So I'm even hearing good benefits, good benefits. And it also feels like it's opening a lot more opportunities than you actually realize in the moment. And more opportunities that like you may realize because like the fear, sometimes that fear kind of shuts us down, and we're not really seeing, um we're not maybe even open to the opportunities that could be available for us. So there's some of that as well. It gets to be up to you though, because I feel like I'm feeling and I'm hearing a fresh start would really, really, really be beneficial. But that does ultimately gets to be your decision whether you take it or not. But it does feel like it would be beneficial. It feels like it would open you up, especially once you kind of get your footing and feel grounded and feel more like stable there. But there feels like a lot of opportunities, and I keep hearing community. would just like, if you go and if you do decide to go, I would really lean into it. Get to know like, the community of wherever wherever you would be relocating to. I would really lean into all of the new experiences, because in those new experiences, there's so much richness there. So I'm not here to tell you yes or no, but I do feel like it would be really beneficial. And if you do choose to go, I would really lean into, just say, fuck it, I'm going to do all of it. I'm going to do the things. I'm like, here, you're going to do your work and the thing. But it gives you a chance to like let go of this old Lori that, that lives in South Carolina. Or you get to keep Lori as you are now, and still, it can happen there, but there's like, sometimes I guess when we're in a certain location for so long, it's that repetitiveness, that routine, that we've created momentum in our life. But that could also be something that it holds you there, and it holds you in a holding pattern. And it feels like Atlanta would be like a pattern interrupter for you, and it would help to really, if you lean into all of the experiences it has to offer. It feels very enriching, a lot of growth, a lot of potential, especially for new connections, new relationships to grow. Okay, as that's as far as like career and moving. Okay. Let me just kind of, yeah, you're twin girls and you definitely need to fresh out. I would really consider, if you're, I feel like you're already considering it, like it's already, to me, to be honest, it already feels like a done deal. But obviously it's not, because you have to make the decision. But maybe you've already made the decision, you just want a confirmation. So as far as, let me just see, because you were also saying that you wanted to see if if there's anything from Mike. Let me just see if he wants to connect. Sometimes when I call on a certain consciousness, they don't, it's just kind of like the how that work goes. So let me just kind of connect. Is Mike okay? Is Mike brother or father? Because I definitely have presence here to my right. Right is definitely masculine. I always right indicates masculine to me. So I'm hearing brother, father. Is this brother or father? Husband? Okay. I'm like, who is this? All right, thank you. Husband. Oh, okay. Oh. Okay. So, first off, I feel that what I'm kind of getting as I kind of tune in and sense the energy, it's almost like, I don't know if you're wanting to know if he's behind the decision or if he supports the decision. But what I'm hearing from him is like, who do you think helped set this up? That's the vibe that I get from him. Okay. So who do you think set this up? Very supportive of the decision to move. I keep hearing fresh start, fresh start, fresh start. Like it would be good, so beneficial, so good. Um, like new place, new explorations. It feels like it really opens you up. Again, kind of like he's kind of like kind of reiterating a lot of the things that I was saying before. So I don't get a lot from him, I'll be honest. I do feel the parts that I do feel the strongest when I tune into his energy, because he's not coming through super strong. And that doesn't mean really anything. Just sometimes, that's not how spirit wants may want to like communicate. But what I do feel is pertaining to the move. It's good. It's beneficial. He definitely had a hand in it in setting it up. And I feel like I guess the only other thing I hear is like it would help get you out your rut, which is basically like what I was saying, like the old routine that's there in South Carolina, that routine, that kind of same old scenery and people. And it's not that scenery or anything is like bad or negative. It's just like a new place, like a new geographical location would really bring in a lot of the new energies, and it would help to align you in a lot of different ways. Not just like career-wise, but like a new I was actually feeling a new relationship. New possible relationship is there. That's a little bit down the road, but I do feel a possibility of that coming in as well. But that's kind of the gist that I get from Mike. I don't get a lot from him. He kind of just kind of pops in and out and he doesn't say a lot. Does that make sense? Let me see if you had. Okay. Are you still with me, my dear? But that's kind of what he's, I feel him say, or I feel him come in. Career. Let me just check in to see if there's anything else from your guides. So, guides, higher self, there's a lot of encouragement to do this. And the way that you can know that is like there is so much support in you, like effortlessly moving there. That's not to say that there won't be like little things that might happen, but like there's so much more support in you relocating than there isn't. You know what I mean? Okay. As far as I feel like I don't really hear anything else past that. So it's really pretty straightforward. I really feel like this is just confirmation for you. Um, to go ahead and make the move. Gets to be your choice, but um, I feel like you're just looking for confirmation. Okay. Um, yeah, your guides are stepping away. Short and sweet and to the point. There's a lot of encouragement. There's a lot of backing from spirit, especially Mike. um, to just kind of effortlessly move, get a new fresh start, and get out of the rut, whatever that rut is, that old energy, the old routine, you know. And also that where you're at now holds a lot of memories, and not that those memories are bad or anything. It just sometimes those memories, or sometimes like a place can hold a lot of like density for us because of those memories. And so relocating actually doesn't hold any of those old imprints. So this will help to get you out of a lot of those old imprints. Okay. Um, yeah. So that's all. I think that's all I have for you. It's pretty straightforward, Lori. Uh It's great to finally actually connect with you. I'm so glad that we finally connected, because I was like, I don't know where she is. She paid twice and left. um, Let me know how it goes, and if you do or not. But I'm here. Uh, a lot of people tend to come back and share with me, so just know that I'm open to you sharing what comes in, or not. But thank you, Lori. And it's been a pleasure and an honor to connect and facilitate for you. Connect with you and facilitate for you. How's that? All right. So let's switch gears back to some free readings. Let's do last call for free readings and even paid readings. Okay. I feel like I don't know if my hair is going to be like creased or what's going on there, but I want to take my hair down. Ow. So let's do some free readings, paid readings. Let's do our last call. Okay. So if you, oh, so let's do some free readings, paid readings. Let's do our last call. Okay. So if you, it's just not my bag. And I find that a lot of people aren't quite, maybe just they don't quite understand that like spirit can be very, a lot of, some people just aren't maybe ready to hear some of the things. It could be a very delicate subject matter, and I don't want to go there. Let's just say that. Okay. As far as paid services, so my paid services, I wrote on the bottom because I forgot to write on the top. In-depth readings. Okay, I got chakra clearing and cord removal, quantum healing, mediumship, and multidimensional mediumship. If you have questions about anything, please don't hesitate to ask me. Let me know, and I will get to your questions. If you do want to pay or donate for a service, all the links to donate are in my profile. Okay, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal. PayPal is the little icon way at the bottom. It's literally an icon at the bottom with all the other icons. And if you do pay or donate, let me know in the comments, because all my payers and donators go first. Okay. Other than that, let's get into hold on. Let's get into some free, yeah. Let's get into some free readings. Okay. And how the free readings work is I just go wherever I'm intuitively guided. So if I don't pick you, and maybe you're asking or whatever, don't take it personally. It's just an intuitive, I go wherever is needed, because I also post all of my live streams on my YouTube channel, and people rewatch them, and spirit moves through all of us. So it's always for the highest and best good of all. Okay. Let's see. Just scrolling through the comments. Interesting. Hold on. Wait. Where was it? Anna, you're asking, am I meant to be with my son's father? Your energy or your question stuck out to me. Your Now this gets to be, I'm always going to preface this, always, always, always. I'm not here to tell anybody what to do, but what I can do is tune into the energy, bring in and channel what comes through, and from there you get to take that information or not and make your own decision. Okay. But I do understand what you're saying, but I like to be very, very clear because I don't want your power. Okay, so I'm just gonna tune into you and then like kind of tune into the relationship. Oh, okay. So they're leading me back to what was initially coming, what I initially felt when I was reading your question was that I feel like the pull to be with your son's father, there's actually cords there that he's put there. And this is an unconscious thing that sometimes that we do. And sometimes, cords can happen. There's good chords, bad chords, neutral chords, etc. Chords just happen, right? They're not like good, bad, whatever. They kind of just are. But it feels like there's some chords that he's unknowingly or unconsciously tied into your field that is influencing your, I would say, like your thoughts about him, and also creates doubt. Like it kind of creates this wishy-washy, I don't know, I'm not sure. So I would recommend clearing cords. If you don't know how, there's lots of information out there. There's a lot of people out there that know how to do that type of thing. They can clear the cords, but you can do this for yourself. And then once those like cords and stuff and other energies that he's, because through cords, what can happen is they can unload trauma and fear and other projections into. It just depends on like kind of the level or the skill of the person, even if they're working unconsciously. So it just feels like he's, there's some cords and he's unloading some stuff into you that into your field that create doubt and create this wishy-washiness. So I would clear those cords. I would clear the energy that he has put into your field and imprinted into your field. And after that, it feels like you'll have a much clearer picture on whether you want to be with him or not. And if that's quote unquote meant to be. Okay. I hope that makes sense, but that's what I feel. That's kind of what I felt initially when I was tuning into your question. Let me scroll through the comments. Your heart, Anna says, wow, thank you so much. My heart was thumping the whole reading. Yeah, it feels like it resonated. So just sit with it. I would definitely recommend cutting those cords. You can do it yourself, but like whichever way you choose to go, you want to get the cords and any other energy projection, anything that he's unloaded or imprinted into your field. Clear all of that, and then you're gonna know. I feel like you're gonna have a very clear picture of like, yes, really, really yes, or like really, really no. It's gonna be very clear. There was a question. There was a question. Natalie, are you still here? Or no, hold on. So, I think, hold on. Yeah, Natalie, are you here? I just want to make sure if that's, I just want to give it a couple minutes or a couple moments. Ooh, hi. Thank you for sending the love from Slovenia. I love it. Sending you love from Colorado. Eva. Is it Eva or Eva? How do you pronounce your name? Okay, so I think Natalie left. Canada, woohoo! Jones, you're asking, is your girlfriend cheating on you? I'm just gonna tune into your energy. When I tune into her energy feels like it's all over the place. And this is not a judgment at all, but the word that I hear is sloppy, like sloppy, messy. And to put this in context, it just feels like there's a lot of wounds and there's a lot of like there's a lot of like unconscious wounds and unconscious agendas, unconscious ego agendas that are playing out. And those unconscious agendas can sabotage what we say we consciously want. That's what feels like is happening. I don't know. Let's see. Let me just tune in to see, and to your question, like, is she cheating or has, like, so what I'm feeling is it feels like she has. I don't know that she currently is, but I know that I would say it feels like she has. And if you know that she's already had has she already had past infidelities in the relationship? Because what these are their unconscious wounds, hon, and until she deals with that stuff, she's going to continue to sabotage anything good that comes her way. It's not your fault. It's not it's not for you to fix, because you couldn't fix it if you wanted to. She has to. Does that make sense? She has to do the work. Nobody can do the work for her. You can't do the work. You can't fix her. You can't love someone so much that, they don't sabotage the relationship in that way. It feels like she has in the past. I don't get a clear picture as to if she is currently, but I do feel like it's a sabotage thing, because it stems from a deep unworthiness. I'm unworthy of actually having what I want. Therefore, that's a threat, and therefore sabotage. Sabotage happens. That's how sabotage happens. Unconscious ego agendas. So, here's the thing. Your guides, here's an opportunity to have a very, very deep, heartfelt talk and ask flat out. Be vulnerable, be open, and be open and receptive to what she has to share. Okay? Your gut is going to know, especially if she's lying, because this it's when we fight internally with ourselves, unconscious ego agendas are sabotaging the relationship, but like, because consciously we may want to keep the relationship, we're trying to say everything and do everything to keep the relationship because we're afraid to actually lose it. But on an unconscious level, it's a threat. So there's an internal struggle there that's happening with her. It doesn't condone the cheating. Okay, it doesn't condone, the pain and the hurt that's being caused, and the trust that's being broken. Doesn't condone that at all. This is just like I'm literally telling you the mechanism of what's happening, or at least from how I'm perceiving it and feeling it. But this is an opportunity for you to sit down and have a real, truly honest conversation, and then also within yourself, are you going to, if the trust is broken there, or if she's previously broken your trust, are you going to continue to be in a relationship with no trust? If you don't have trust, I was saying this in an earlier reading, if you don't have trust, you don't have a foundation. If you don't have trust, or you can't work on trust, you have a very faulty foundation that is going to, it lacks integrity, and it's never going to, unless you work to bring that trust and you do the work, unless both parties are willing to do the work. She's got to do that inner work. And that's not to say that you're perfect little angel or anything like that, but both parties have to do the work. And if there's infidelities, there's broken trust. And if there's broken trust, that needs to be healed. That needs to be reconciled. Otherwise, there's nothing to build upon. There's no foundation to build upon. Okay. So, yeah, I'm going to leave that there. Does that make sense? I don't inbox anybody for a reading. I do not. So you can either, as far as that goes, you can definitely reach out to me to book in with a reading for me, but this is the only place that I do like free readings. So just in case anybody watching the live or the replay wants to reach out, oh, can you look into this for me? Because I've had that happen before. I don't do that. I don't offer that. This is the only place I do offer free readings. Okay. And other people, these are bots. A lot of these people, or what are they? Names saying, oh, inbox me for your reading. They're usually scams or they're bots. And know that I will never inbox you for a reading. Ever, ever, ever. Okay, so is that it for our last free readings? What do I call it? Last call. Ooh, excuse me. Okay, let me just scroll through the comments. Okay, so I am feeling I'm feeling you, Heidi. Are you here, my dear? Heidi, you're asking if you and Frank will have a loving relationship soon. Well, here's the thing, and I'm gonna tune into your energy, but I do feel some things coming through. Number one, I'm gonna ask you, what do you mean by loving relationship? And number two, why do you feel like you can't have it now? I do feel some tumultuousness, drama, chaos. And I'm just gonna feel into it. So there's a lot of, I'm not going to go into a lot of depth here, but it just feels like there is, I guess what I would say, there's power being given away. Like the way that you ask it, like, are we going to have a loving relationship soon? Like, are you not together? Oh, you're not together now. So have you been together in the past and you're just not together now? Or what's going on there? I'm 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 referring to Heidi. I'm talking to Heidi right now. Um I'm feeling like, so we worded, okay, so that's why I'm feeling like the tumultuousness. Okay, so this makes a lot of sense, and this is what I was feeling initially when I read your question. It makes sense. So unless you both individually are willing to do your inner work, this is going to continue to be off and on and off and on, and without realizing, and kind of like asking, like almost like, who's to blame? Why does this keep happening? Not understanding, not understanding why this is happening, not understanding like why you can't just have, there's a lack of power. The way you worded your question, it shows me, and what I'm tuning into is like, are we going to have a loving relationship soon? And what I'm tuning into underneath all of that is, you're not fully in your power, because you're asking, are we going to have a loving relationship soon? And what I'm how do I say this? What When we ask questions in this way, we're not realizing that we have the power right now to, no matter what, even if we're not together, you can still be in your power. You can still have a loving relationship. Maybe you're just not together. There's just a giving away of your power, and a not realizing that you're giving away your power. And that leads to a lot of blaming. It leads to a lot of the arguments, and it leads to a lot of the, why does this keep happening? And why does this keep happening to me? So there is some victim stuff here for you, and there's some power, reclamation of power that needs to happen, or at least it gets to be your decision whether it happens or not. But that's how I'm feeling the energy. So this is, I just kind of relay it and articulate it how it comes across to me. So unless you are, both of you truly willing and ready to do your inner work individually, as individuals, not together. Because for you, I feel like an enmeshment thing and a little bit of a codependency thing. And there's a lack of power, like giving away your power in relationships. And it feels like relationships can be like super imbalance of power for you. It triggers a lot of old dynamics to unconsciously operate, and that the unconscious stuff, you're not in your power, and it leads a lot to a lot of unnecessary arguing and breaking up. Is it gonna come back together? Like I said, you guys both have to be willing to do the inner work. And I don't necessarily feel like, it almost feels to me like he's a bit fed up, and he can get through that. He can move through that and come back around. But at least right now, as I'm reading his energy, he feels very, very fed up. Like, why would I do the work? Like, it's not even worth it to do the work at this point for him, as I read his energy, because it always comes back to the same thing. And it just feels like there's like a lot of unnecessary bickering and arguing and blaming that happens. So unless both of you are ready to do the work and willing to do the work as individuals, it's not going to work. It's going to always be the same thing. Okay? That's what I feel. Let's see. Okay, all right. Let me kind of scroll through the rest of these. And that can very well be that, somebody's our soulmate, but it doesn't mean that a lot of us can put soulmates or twin flames on a pedestal, and maybe not realize that not all soulmates are together. Not all twin flames are going to be together. We have many soulmates. We have many twin flames. You're giving your power away to this term soulmate and making it mean more. But there's just a lot of power stuff for you that's very, very imbalanced. And it heavily affects your relationships. So, my dear, until you're ready to really reclaim your power as a sovereign being and the sovereign creator as your reality, and take massive radical responsibility for your shit, your darkness and your light, and really understand your old patterns and all of that stuff, it's going to keep manifesting the same type of relationships, whether they're your soulmate or not. It doesn't really matter. I guess I would say, don't give your power away to a label, a term. That's just a way that we have as humans to describe something. And you're giving it like special meaning, like it means the world. when what's actually happening is you're giving your power away to that label and making it mean something greater than you. Like you're putting it up here and you're down here. Does that make sense? So tough love moment. It doesn't matter if you think he's your soulmate or not. You're giving away your power. Okay? You're welcome. Yeah, and that, like he can definitely be your soulmate. Because you're saying I never felt this before, and that's probably because there are some past life connections and things like that come in and they're like, oh, I recognize this person. But like a lot of us, what happens is we unconsciously or unknowingly make that mean, oh my God, this is so special, I can't let it go ever, 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 no matter what, even if it's at the cost of me relinquishing my power completely and all of the things. But I'm glad it makes sense. I'm glad it makes sense. Kind of just sit with it, let it marinate. I always post all of my live streams to my YouTube channel, so go ahead and feel free to watch it back and just kind of let it sit, let it marinate. Okay, see what comes up for you, especially around power. It like very, very imbalanced power dynamics, especially between like men, women, and then like when we make something mean something super special, that we go for that thing, even if it's at the cost of our self-respect, even if it's at the cost of our self-esteem, even if it's at the cost of us relinquishing our power and just giving it away entirely, etc., etc., etc. I'd really just kind of feel into that. Okay, see what comes up. Let me just kind of look through the rest and see what's going on. And see. Hold on one second. So while I scroll through the last of these comments, if you, if you'd like to work with me one-on-one, I do healing sessions, private readings, etc. I record them as well. Drastically have reduced my pricings. Oh, my light went off. I've drastically reduced my pricings to just kind of make everything more accessible. I also, I just haven't, my website does not currently reflect that, and I have to get on that. But if you message me directly and you are interested, let me know and I will let you know all of my new pricings. I am also, if you're going through a healing journey and you want help or support, I am creating a community over on Facebook that is free. And I want to start doing group healings and like monthly stuff to help you through your healing journey. So if you click my link in my thing and you go to join Facebook group, you can also join there. I'm actually waiting to have at least 50 people, I want to say, or maybe at least 30 or 50 people to start doing regular activations and group healing and stuff like that. Thank you, Brooke. It's literally just Was it shimmery primer potion, shimmery eyeshadow, and then glitter? That's all it is. So if anybody's interested in support for their healing journey, I'm not here to just give readings. I love giving readings, but I want to really help people, empower them to understand these concepts for themselves and really help them through the things. But yeah, so let me just, still scrolling through these comments. I don't know that that's going to happen, Nad, this year. I feel like you have a lot of, because you're asking if your daughter Sue will meet her forever person this year. I don't feel that that's happening this year. And it feels like you're creating a very significant importance around this. And that's kind of affecting her energetics because of the parent child relationship thing there that has not really been addressed. But it feels like you're kind of projecting your own stuff, and it doesn't feel like it's going to be this year. But it'll naturally happen. But she's going through what it's kind of short. What she's going through is like just it's her own period of growth and discovery is what I hear. And so you kind of just have to let that naturally happen. You can't force that. The more you try to force your own agenda onto anybody, they feel that energetically. They feel that energetically. And what that is, it's a form of manipulation and a form of control, trying to control someone else. So just let it happen. I don't feel like it's going to happen this year, but like if you just kind of let go, let her kind of live her life and do the things, have her own growth and discovery, it's going to naturally happen. Is basically what I'm saying. Okay? Okay. I think that's it for me. Oh, okay. So you're asking because she went through a horror. She needs to process that, my dear. That's probably why I'm feeling like growth and discovery for her. We don't. One of the worst things that we can do is jump from relationship to relationship, and everything is different, and that's not always the case because sometimes things happen. But one of the worst things that we can do, in my opinion, is jump from one to another without properly processing, what did I learn from that relationship? What am I taking? What did I glean? What did I learn from that relationship? And grieving that relationship, because that's a loss. We need to grieve that, and we need to properly process that. And if we try to distract ourselves by jumping into another relationship too soon, we can take all of that baggage that's unresolved into the next relationship. Okay. I know this person isn't that person. That's a fake account. All right, my dears. You're welcome. I hope that helps. All right, my dears. So that's going to be it for me for tonight. I will be, let's see, what is it? Wednesday. I'll for sure be back Friday around the same time for more free paid readings. Not sure about tomorrow. We'll see. I might feel it. I might not. But for sure, Friday, hit me back if you guys want. Feel free to join me then. Until then, have a beautiful day, night, morning, wherever you are. And I will see you later. Love you.